Yo! CH the Great. This is... It's the truth with proof. The truth with proof, the truth with proof. If you nice with the sports, then he swooping through. He gon' highlight you. Ain't nobody live like us, fly like us. We gon' find you, put the city behind you. Let us know you got skills, we gon' be at a game. In the Northwest, we reppin' the city where it rain. Like, look, y'all, stats is up. We about to crush y'all, rather b-ball or football. Good luck, dog. Take an L when you come against us. Shooting threes in your face, you about to get crushed. You win some, you lose some. It's the truth with proof, where you getting your news from. Yeah, and we back on, streaming live every Tuesday, converge the platform. It's the truth with proof, the truth with proof. It's the truth with proof, the truth with proof. Hold up.
What's going on, family? It's your main man, Proving the Play, and this is the Truth with Proof show. Man, I hope everybody's excited for this show because this is the last show before Thanksgiving. I know y'all about to gain a lot of calories, pounds, and all of that, right? But before that, we got a whole bunch of greatness on the show that you guys need to take in and grasp hold on to. This past weekend was great. I was at the Trap Kitchen in Portland having a concert. I got to see Savvy the Third, G Perico. Hey, Cuddy, what was that? My neck, my back, my Asia. I ain't got time for this. Ooh, I ain't really got time for this. Hey, Jay Worthy shot us out. Shout out to Town Seattle, especially the CD. He was talking about Ezel's chicken at 23rd and Jackson like he knew what time it was. I guess he ain't been here in a while because, you know, Catfish Corner is on 23rd and Jackson now. He need to go ahead and give him a couple slices of them, you know, nuggets that, you know, Terrell Jackson got over there. Terrell, you know I'm coming for you, okay, because basketball season is about to be underway. I'm missing Shaylon right now. Normally we do the roundup, but we got some real roundup things going on. Big surprise that came in the studio. So soon enough, you guys will see that soon enough. But I'm missing Shaylon. He's been out down in South Carolina and Alabama. He's doing the Southern tour, okay? And I know he eating all good food out that joint, okay? Especially being with Big O. But big shout out to them and Ike. Everybody that's out there doing that with Choose 180. I appreciate all of them doing that great inspiring work. I want to give you guys one thing now. I started rambling before I said this, though. But I need you guys to like, comment, and share. That means like this page. That means converge. We the dream team, and we the people that's trying to keep uplifting our people and giving the stories that we need to hear and the information that we need so we can be better as a community. Then share this. You know, share this with other people so other people get some of this good old converged entertainment we got for them, okay? Because really, you know, the sharing is the new phone tree. I know some of y'all in here that been a part of the phone tree too at Tabernacle. I know some of y'all that been at the phone tree on Tabernacle, and I know you had to call because Grandma didn't want to feel like calling all the people she had on her phone tree, so you did it for her. So I need y'all to go ahead and share this right now because I'm not playing with y'all, okay? And then comment with some things. If you want to see what's going on, you want to know more information, comment down there so we would know you guys are paying attention or want to know what's going on with the guest that's here. I want to give a big shout out to O'Day and Eastside Catholic. They are in the Final Four of the state championships right now. We got two teams from the Metro in the state championships semis, but they do have to play each other this Saturday at Memorial Stadium. Now, you know I got a lot of O'Day alumni around here. Dr.Abe's son has been, you know, everybody around me is Irish everywhere. I don't understand it, but, you know, I got love for everybody, okay? But they got a big task right now going up against Eastside Catholic. I think Eastside Catholic's defensive front is very stout, and there was a spectacular game the game that they played that Eastside Catholic won. It was a very close game. I think it's going to go down to the wire again, man. You can't get no better than this right now. Semifinals, the winner goes to state, the loser goes fishing, baby. You know, and it's raining out here too, so you better have a rain jacket, okay? So big shout out to O'Day, big shout out to Eastside Catholic. They play at Memorial Stadium at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Now, the other one is Yam versus Bellevue. Now, Bellevue had the game of the week last week. I'm talking Bellevue versus Lincoln. Came down to a field goal, 22-20. The kicker for Bellevue, I have to give kudos to, kicked a 43-yarder under pressure with no time on the clock. Kudos to you for getting the Wolverines to the semis. Now they got to play Yem. Yem has been the most powerful team and program this year. They've been number one most of the year right now. But now it's some meat and potatoes. They're going to have to rumble in their jungle right now. And I really can't wait until who's going to win. So I want y'all in the comments to tell me who y'all going to think going to win the state championship. Okay, because there's a lot of things going on. And, I don't predict. I just try to, motivate and make sure y'all know what's going on in here now. Okay, and do the things that they need to do to win. I think O'Day has to be healthy. I will say about that O'Day Eastside Catholic game, O'Day has to get healthier, and I think they need to stop letting the foot off the gas. They did that against Stanwood, against their quarters. They cannot do it right now. They got to keep that foot on the gas the whole way through because Eastside Catholic ain't going down. Okay, I will say that. Now, with all of that being said, man, I had a wonderful weekend at Portland. I got to the Trap House Kitchen. I got to eat. I got away from here for a little minute and got to breathe some different air to come back rejuvenated and back to my step. You know what I mean? And I'm ready to taste everybody's food now. We don't got food tonight. But I'm telling you, I took a week off because I know I'm going to eat a whole lot of stuff come Wednesday, Thursday. Now, listen now. If y'all ain't invited me to your little Friendsgiving or your little Thanksgiving little joint you got going on, shame on you. I'm supposed to be eating. Okay, now half of y'all talk about how frail I am. I need to get some pounds up. Okay, y'all gotta feed a player. Okay, let me know something. Okay, please be safe out here. There's a lot of things going on. The cruds everywhere. Make sure you're healthy. Make sure you get your vitamins in as you are all giving thanks to the things that you are thankful for this year. We have a great show. I got Ayana Brown here, and she's going to tell us about her nonprofit foundation and what she got going on for this Thanksgiving. And then I have Dr. Abe, Dr. Professor. Just put it like this. I'm so used to call him Dr. Abe because I was his student, his pupil. Okay? And now we have a big message to tell the world, and message and a call out for everybody because we got a big project going on and you guys need to take heed of that and like, comment, and share in that and make sure you participate in this big project because we need everybody in this project. And then we have Jeffery Cheatem. He has an event going on. Now, Jeffery Cheatem got everything going on. I'm talking about books and all of that good stuff. He's an author, an actor. Okay, he's just a thespian all the way around, okay? And we're going to get into that in a minute. After this break, Ayana Brown will be back here, and we're going to get involved with her, and we'll see what she got going on.
Will you marry me, baby?
Yeah.
And we'll put this on you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trey Holiday. We're bringing back Black Love When We Met. That's right. We need something to warm all of our hearts and to elevate love once again in our communities. We want y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/Black Love so y'all can nominate your favorite couple for the next rendition of this show with me as the host. Let me sit down and have them on my couch and share how their love can inspire us all. Make sure y'all go and get your nominations in today and be on the lookout for Black Love When We Met coming at you on Converge Media very soon.
Within sports, you learn so many life lessons that'll help you be successful in any area that you plan to pursue. So I remember being a kid in Spokane and going to camps like this with my friends and just having a blast, and that's really when I fell in love with this game. Hopefully, we're doing the same and inspiring some of these kids to keep going on this journey.
Especially as a girl growing up, like you see a lot of boys at these camps, but like just seeing like more and more girls start at a younger age, it makes me happy.
We got to have funding, right? We cannot do this work without the necessary resources available so that our kids can thrive. Without resources, we can't see kids play and play to their potential.
How we can ensure that basketball in our communities is sustainable. Funding is a big part of it. I think working with the right groups, and this was the opportunity I think that kick-started that, and we're really excited about any opportunities to just keep moving it forward.
It was just an awesome opportunity to show what this community can do and what basketball energy they can bring. Being able to work with the Seattle Sports Commission, work with the King County Play Equity Coalition, we were able to bring big basketball energy to Tukwila Community Center and hopefully use this as a launching point and able to get more funding for them in the future.
The kids get to see me, get to see, all the rest of the guys who did it all in the area of Washington, Seattle area. So being able to give back to them and let them know that, they can chase their dreams too.
This is a fundamental right of all kids, that they have the right to play, which isn't always available to all of our kids in our communities.
We got next to ensure kids always have a place to play, compete, and have fun.
What's going on, family? It's The Truth with Proof, and I'm your host, your main man, Proofing the Play. And my first guest is Ayana Brown. What's going on with you, family?
How you doing? I'm beautiful. How you doing?
Well, I can't complain right now. I'm living the dream, baby.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you coming through. Now, I want to talk about how you got started in this foundation. What's the foundation? Run me through what's going on with your foundation.
Okay. So let me tell you a story. 2010, a 12-year-old boy went to Renton Walmart, bought a pair of football cleats, got on a 101 bus, was heading home. He never made it. He was shot and killed on purpose, but in the case of mistaken identity. That was my baby. This boy started his own business when he was 9 years old, mowing lawns. And he took his own money, bought his own school supplies. That particular year, he had told his dad and I he didn't want us to pay the registration fee for the upcoming football season. That's how he ended up at Walmart, because he had saw those cleats on clearance. And so he got them prepping for the upcoming season. And Elijah always said he wanted to make a difference in his community. This kid was notorious for feeding people. So, you go to a store and you see somebody panhandling.
Yes.
Well, Elijah won't give you his money, but if he knows you're hungry, he's going to feed you. And so, we lost him in 2010. We started the foundation in 2012, and it's just us picking up where he left off at, because he said he wanted to make a difference in his community. So we're doing what he was doing.
I'm not speechless, but did he play for Renton Rangers?
He did.
I knew that young man.
His jersey was 77. They retired his jersey.
Don't nobody else wear that jersey no more.
Yeah, they retired the jersey.
When you start, I guess because that's what made me confident enough to be around here. Being around my baller homies, man, and taking pictures and video of them. And they gave me the joke, I guess I was good at it. They liked it. Mm-hmm. But I remember him. And I remember his story. And sometimes you don't know that kid's story. You just see a smile on his face, but you don't really know what he's going through or how he's trying to keep a smile on his face. And I just wanted to say prayers to you, but he was fantastic. He always came up and said what's up to me. You know what I mean?
And he probably had a peanut butter sandwich in his pocket because he stayed in.
Always. He always had something to eat. He always had something to eat. I ain't gonna lie to you. He always had something. At the Red Memorial Stadium, it wasn't no day that came by that he had something to eat around somewhere that he can either give away or that he can eat himself. Most of the time, he was always trying to give it away to people.
Yep.
And now you have this foundation that you started in 2012, and now you still going on right now. And you still tell me some of the things that happens in the foundation.
Okay.
for the people, so the people would know what's going on with the foundation.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do a formal introduction here.
Don't do it, girl. I ain't mad at you. I like formal.
So remember, I was talking about the backpacks and school supplies?
Yes.
This is stuff that he bought himself. These are his crayons, his glue, his ruler. And so since he did that for me and his dad, we pay it forward. And so from 2012, our inception up until now, we've served between 6,000 and 7,000 kids with free backpacks and school supplies because of that.
Because of this bag, right?
Because of that bag right there.
Because of this bag.
Mm-hmm. There's a scholarship piece for kids who want to play a sport or go to a camp. If their parents can't afford it, we help offset the cost of that. Remember, I said he told me and his dad he didn't want us to pay the registration fee.
Yes.
Sorry about my phone. The day after he died, we were in his room. This was on his dresser. I just passed this to you.
Oh, I can open it up for you.
That's his budget. That's his handwriting. He did the math.
You don't have a budget?
Yeah. And he figured out how much.
You see that? That boy was great.
Yeah.
I put that in front of me. That boy was great.
He did the math to figure out how many yards he needed to be cutting between April and August when football season started, so he would have his $160 registration fee to play that year. So we have a scholarship piece to help offset the cost for kids who want to play a sport or go to a camp because of that. Feeding people. We do Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day. My standard disclosure is if you're salt-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, that ain't the meal for you. We fixing to jack your diet up. There is not that we don't have.
Hello, it's not diet season. Okay?
Yeah, we don't have stovetop stuffing and instant mashed potatoes. This is the real deal, McCoy. And again, that's from Elijah One because he was always feeding people. So Thanksgiving, this home cooked Thanksgiving meal is because of my baby. It's us picking up where
Elijah One Foundation.
Yeah.
He left a lot of jewels here. I will say that, and he telling you don't be feeding these people no stovetop out here neither. Okay, you make sure you get the real deal. Stir the pot like you supposed to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
You know what, Cuddy? Do you have that graphic of her Thanksgiving? Her Thanksgiving thing on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving Day. Yes.
Is there any details if anybody would want to come and support and want to come get a plate?
Yes, so this will take place at Tally High School. I forget the address off the top of my head.
Yep, it's right there. They'll have the address
okay.
right there in there. So you guys make sure you see the flyer and continue.
Yes, so we will be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, starting to get everything ready. The doors will open at 11 for a meet and greet. And so at that time, that's when you come in, sit where you want to sit. We've got games, we've got checkers, Connect Four, the whole 9 yards, stuff, just different arts and crafts for the kids to do. Yes. And then at noon, we'll start serving and we'll serve from noon until 2. And then from 2 to 4, it's us cleaning up and getting up out of there. So any volunteers who wants to come, or if you know of anybody who needs or want, even if they don't need the meal, if they just don't feel like cooking, come. Our volunteers, we have been getting a lot of phone calls for volunteers. I invite you to come out. Anybody who wants to volunteer, I just have one mandate of the volunteers, and that is if you come and volunteer for me, you cannot be just working the entire time. I'm going to need you to eat some ham, make sure the tea is sweet, eat some cake or something. If you come and be a part of us, you got to be a part of us all the way around. You can't just come and just volunteer. You got to eat.
Ooh.
So
she putting ham hocks. She put the whole foot in that doggone grease. She about to do. I know you about to put the whole foot in there. And I just seen how you spell Elijah One.
Yes.
Okay, because Hakeem Elijah around.
That's actually who he's So there's a story behind that too.
Oh, come on now. I like stories.
So my husband's name is Lewis. My 3 oldest kids are all named after him. I've got little Lewis, I've got Lou Keita, I've got Lou Keitra, right? And I thought, I'm getting pregnant. I'm the one that's having the morning sickness. My feet are swelling. I ain't naming nothing else Lou nothing. If I have another baby, I'm not. This man ain't doing that. And I'm the one that my body is the one that's that's suffering.
You know what?
And so when I
praise
came
to the women, okay, all praise to the women, okay.
So,
I can't even argue that.
So when I came up, expecting Elijah one, I decided that baby was going to be named after me. And I couldn't get a boy's name out of Ayana, but I liked Elijah one. So I changed the spelling. And he and I have this. Oh, and I love Tupac. So his middle name is Shakur. Elijah one Shakur Brown.
That's dope.
And so we have the same initials, ASB. That's as close as I can get to naming him after me.
You a hear hop venue, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you was at the house party too. I knew you was at. Now the way you in here about to make all of this food right now on Thanksgiving Day, I really want to tell you, man, like you holding up legacy. As a 12-year-old kid, he was striving to be great and was great at what he was doing.
Absolutely.
But you make sure his legacy is upheld, and I appreciate that. Everybody doesn't have the strength to do that, and you whipping it up. I'm talking about you about to make some sweet potato pie, okay? Some cornbread dressing because you can't have stovetop.
That's right.
Okay, I know you got the little turkey gravy. Are you gonna have the little?
Yeah, we got giblet gravy.
Oh,
can't have the dressing without the giblet gravy. Absolutely.
Listen, I'm glad you didn't come in here with a taste of anything, okay? Because I'm trying to hold my weight until Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Okay, I'm trying to not taste nothing. I'm trying to starve myself to at least Wednesday night so I can taste everybody's food. Okay, but I want to thank you again.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you for finding Elijah one's story worthy to be told and heard. And so.
He's always worthy to me, man. That's my baller, homie, man. So coming up next, Dr. Abe will be in the building. We got a big special announcement, and it's coming up right after this break.
Join us this holiday season at the Fifth Avenue Theater and feel the power of love overflowing with The Wiz. Filled with soaring soul and R&B songs, it's an effervescent explosion of music, dance, and magic your whole family will love. Ease on down the yellow brick road with Dorothy as she learns home isn't really where you live, it's who you love. The Wiz at the Fifth Avenue Theater, November 19th through December 23rd. Tickets at fifthavenue.org.
Will you marry me, babe? Yeah. Let me put this on you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trey Holiday. We're bringing back Black Love When We Met. That's right. We need something to warm all of our hearts and to elevate love once again in our communities. We want y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/Black Love so y'all can nominate your favorite couple for the next rendition of this show with me as the host. Let me sit down and have them on my couch and share how their love can inspire us all. Make sure y'all go and get your nominations in today and be on the lookout for Black Love When We Met coming at you on Converge Media very soon.
Habari Gani. My name is Noni Irvin, and I am the creator and founder of Kanara Park Kids, as well as the president of our sister nonprofit, Black for Charities, a 501c3 fiscally sponsored by Shunpike. Together, we are hosting the Kwanzaa Awards because it is important that we acknowledge and recognize the contributions and efforts of individuals and organizations who are showing us what the Kwanzaa principles look like throughout the year. The nomination window is open October 1st to November 30th, and yes, you can submit more than one nomination. Eligibility is simple. Individual award recipients must identify as Black, African American, or Pan-African, and organization award recipients must be 100% Black owned if for-profit or 100% Black led if nonprofit.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, Proving the Play, and this is Truth with Proof Show. And I got my professor, Dr.Abe, in the building. How you doing, family?
What's up? What's up? My pleasure to be here.
I mean, I've been your student for a while, but I wanted to go on to some of the things that you have been, like some of your passions that lie. Even though that you're a professor, you're still hip hop, you're still urban. Tell me how you got started with just making a book about the Northwest hip hop, Seattle's hip hop.
Well, as a 52-year-old now, me and my peers grew up in the 70s and 80s, right alongside as hip hop was being introduced to the country and the world. And for me, as it was for so many other people, it just became a part of our existence growing up. I just happened to fall into teaching, and so it became part of. I taught at Zion Prep in the 1990s, and so I would incorporate little stuff like I had a multiplications table cassette tape that was done in rap form that the students would recite. So, little things like that. And then as I kind of crossed over into higher ed, it just made natural sense to incorporate certain aspects of hip hop into classes like, intercultural communications. And then, the class itself was born in 2003. And the scholarship just kind of came as a result of reading and writing and researching. So that eventually became the book 6 in the Morning in 2013, I think that was. And I was talking about West Coast hip hop, really California, between 87 and 92. Kind of the beginning point there was Ice-T, 6 in the Morning, and the end point was The Chronic by Dr. Dre and everything that happened.
That's a crazy era. Which
in the midst, right in the midst of what hip hop scholars, if we can call ourselves that, classifies the golden age of rap, basically from like the mid 80s to the mid 90s.
Yes.
And then I had been asked by Charles Mudede, an editor at The Stranger, in like 2006. So this was when I was still doing 6 in the Morning, to do a brief article about the origins of Seattle hip hop. So in writing that, I was like, okay, well, I can see that there's going to have to be something after 6 in the Morning. So after that was published, got started writing that, and was fortunate enough to have the cooperation of so many incredible artists, writers, DJs, graph writers, breakers, the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole
I was never
community.
Turned down for an interview by anybody, and so
that's dope.
So the I would not have been able to do that Emerald Street project without the cooperation, really, of the whole community. So that's more or less how that came about.
Man, that's dope. I've followed you because you always have the information that I want to hear. It's always in the hip hop forum that I can kind of relate to. But then when you start getting all the information and giving us history of, our hip hop, because, it is hip hop, it's nationwide, but our hip hop is different than everybody else's. And so
was really dismissed too for a long time.
Yeah.
By outside people,
I think it's still dismissed at times.
To an extent, yeah.
To an extent. It is. But, and I kept following and, I feel like, damn, like he's writing these books and things of that nature. What, in the midst of you doing that, I was starting my photography, videography journey. And, for a long time, I wanted to see if I can document Seattle's basketball. I think because...
And you have been.
I've tried. Definitely tried.
You have been.
But I just wanted to make a documentary about our Seattle basketball, just because I think our basketball is like top of the line. I don't think too many cities has it like we have it. And it took a lot for it to get to where it is right now, right? And I just wanted wanted to know all of it. I just want to know what's in the water, really.
It's got to be something.
It got to be something in the water for us to breed basketball players the way we do. And that was always in the back of my mind, like 8-9 years ago when I first started this journey. And about 6 months, about the beginning of this year, you had came to me with an idea, and I was a little taken back because my professor is asking me to, work with him. It's a little, I'm a little nervous about that, but he came to me about a basketball documentary, and he not just wanted to, write a book, but he wanted to do a documentary, which was special to me. That he found it in his heart that I was qualified enough to help him with it.
Well, I mean, you're kind of the authority. I mean, on this topic, as we're discussing it now, there's not too many people who are really going to be able to. If somebody not from here was asking what it was like here, there's not too many other people that would be able to give a fuller picture than you.
Yeah,
as far as prep sports,
it ain't too many people I ain't seen that dribble the basketball around. If you is good and you talk about how filthy you was and all of that, and I ain't seen you up under a rock. That's for sure. That's a plain fact. But when you came to me, we started talking about it, and it's been in the works. But I think it's time now for people to know we need a call to action for this. First of all, before we need this call to action, are we gonna tell them what the concept, what the documentary's called before we give this call to action?
I don't know where I had a bottle somewhere. Maybe there's some water there. I see a water jug.
Yeah, hey
over
Jeffrey,
there.
can you hand me that water bottle right quick?
Thank you. So it's something here. I mean, it might be in this water. It's probably in all the water around here, but it's something.
Yeah, it's definitely something in the water. It's a documentary about the Seattle area's basketball culture. And I think I need everybody that was involved in this culture, in that basketball culture, from the 60s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. We need everybody that contributed, that wants to contribute to this basketball documentary, because we want it to be special. And I want everybody, the legends, the not the legends, the people that think they legends, but everybody else don't think they legends. We want everybody that was a part of that culture, because it's Carmen Johnson told me one story about Franklin against Garfield and the riot they had. I need to know that on film. I need to get that. I need to get somebody to answer me some questions about that. Okay, it's just a lot of things that transpired in our basketball culture that I think we need to all everybody can contribute to their stories, and we can really make a great documentary. I think Seattle basketball, even though we just got our #1 draft pick, Mr. All of the Above, that he answers all questions, okay, and he's answering them in the NBA right now.
Well, that's why I think it's such a good time, because Paolo kind of functions as a bookend.
He does
to this history, especially because it's a big deal to have somebody local go #1 overall. It's
Definitely
a big deal.
Definitely a big deal.
You know what I mean? And so so I came to you during the whole Emerald Street process. So it just real quick, academic publishing, you have to, it's not like a normal publisher where you just have your book and then, it's published. No, you got to send it out to experts in the field, and then they got to review the manuscript, and then they send it back, and that can take months. You know what I'm saying? So I was still in research and write mode. So I was like, okay, well, let me start looking into this history of local high school basketball. Like you said, I had a son, Dana, who played at O'Day in the early 2010s. And it was, as I started getting into it, it was, what we look at as, the size of Seattle. There's a disproportionate amount, particularly since the turn of the century. There's a disproportionate amount of talent that comes out here, but also specifically professional and specifically NBA talent. Now, certainly they're not the whole story, but they are kind of the attention grabbers, the headlines that help bring and shine light on all of the roots, the basketball roots of the tree as they exist. And so the opportunity to tell that story in a way where we have someone like yourself who is so connected and plugged into the community. That story is just waiting to be told, because there was just a recent article about Rotary on ESPN.com. I want to say maybe in the last couple of weeks or so.
Last couple
and
weeks
so
or months.
it's been a while of kind of sustained attention and kind of national recognition that, you know, we are kind of this basketball mecca, all isolated way up in the corner of the country. And so kind of telling the story of how that happened is really the motivation for me to try to bring this story to light. And just talking about history, in doing that research, I'm finding references to high school basketball games in the Seattle Times going back as far as 1896.
Do you hear that now? 1896? 1896, we had basketball games in the town. You hear me? Okay, I didn't even know that. But I did know that because he's
girls basketball game is mentioned in 1902.
That's
so it's an extensive history. So we've kind of divided it up from like 1896 to like 1979, which is like the older eras. Once you started getting into the 70s, you started having local stars, but they would go to Seattle U, like Carl Irvin, Jawan Odom, Clint Richardson.
Yes.
They would go to Seattle U. James Edwards went to the University of Washington. But then when you get to the 80s, it's interesting because JoJo Buchanan from O'Day in the early 80s was termed in one of the articles I read as the first ESPN influenced recruit to come from here, because by the time you started getting to the early 80s, you had ESPN, Big Monday, you know, national college basketball games were being broadcast into everybody's living room. So the recruits here were like, wow, seeing people on TV, I'd like to go play there.
Yes.
And then you end up having someone like Quinn Snyder being the first McDonald's All-American boys from here, although Kim Stewart from Ballard in the 1970s actually played in the Capital Classic, which then became the McDonald's All-American game. So while Quinn Snyder was technically the first McDonald's All-American, Kim Stewart was the one who played in the game that became the McDonald's All-American game. So then you get into the 80s and people start leaving town. And then by the time you get to the 2000s, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just talent is just falling all over the place.
It's oozing over everywhere.
I mean, just
overflowing, actually.
Just all over the place, boys and girls. And so I think that telling this story not only tells the story of basketball, but it also tells some of the history. I was talking about James Edwards going to Roosevelt. James Edwards living in the CD, a CD kid is bused per SPS policy from the CD up to a place like
That's
Roosevelt.
when they was busing us everywhere, huh?
And it resulted in a state championship for Roosevelt, led by James Edwards.
Yes.
You have like the passage of Title IX in 1972, the first girls state tournament, 1974, and the first girls team from Seattle to win a state championship was Garfield in 1980, led by Joyce Walker.
Ooh, and see, and now we talk about Joyce Walker. That's one of the best players, not just female
Period.
players. Best players.
Period. And
ain't no debate about that either.
Right. And so the story of high school basketball is in this area is really the story of the history of Seattle.
I think it really is, because I think basketball played a big part in our camaraderie. I think, you know, it's something in our water. We have a lot of rain, so we always are in the gymnasium somewhere trying to have some rec.
You know, and I just want to add one more thing. I was saying to you earlier about how one of the hallmarks of the Seattle hip hop scene is not only people who make it, but people who turn around and start giving back immediately. And that was very true in the local hip hop scene, and that has also been very true in the local basketball scene.
Yes, it has.
And you think about the people who have been active and the people who continue to be active. And, you know, I know that a lot of people in a lot of places, when they make it, put on camps and everything like that. But I think it goes beyond that. And the sense of community fostered by people like your Jamal Crawfords. And like I said, your legends who come back and coach, like Joyce Walker at Garfield, like Brandon Roy at Garfield, and so many others really help set the stage for young people to be able to look up to these people that they idolize and be like, that's someone who I can see, that's someone who I can touch. If they can do it, so can I.
Yeah, that's one thing I know about my town, my city. The ballers get treated just like the city folks do. You part of our community. I don't see it, they can still walk around in the Seattle kind of, like all of us from our community, we appreciate and admire them a lot, but we just want to make sure they know they still from the town, baby. You know what I mean? And I appreciate them for always keeping it 100 and like being a part of our community, not just being in the community, but being a part of it. You know what I mean? It's something in our water, man. We breed basketball players, man. We breed brawlers. I promise you that. Okay, and there's some more coming too. There's some more coming.
And so we're working with For Culture. We've gotten a very generous grant from For Culture to put towards this, and so we will be out in the community soon, requesting interviews, sitting down with people, inviting people to send in pictures, artifacts if you have them. We're going to try to make this a really comprehensive history and story that we're telling about the entirety of what Seattle high school basketball really means.
Yes, and if anybody that wants to, be a part of Something in the Water documentary, I want you guys to make sure you contact me at proof@whereweconverge.com. If you guys want any interviews, we are setting up interviews right now. We want as many interviews as possible. Let me tell y'all this right now. Don't think that your voice is not heard. Now, we're trying to give a call to action now. If you think you are part of Seattle basketball and you were a big part of Seattle basketball or even a small part of Seattle basketball, please contact us so we can get an interview from you, because we need as many interviews as possible, and then we can narrow it down and try to really make a documentary out of it. But all your artifacts, everything, make sure you guys are aware that we want you guys to be a part of this documentary just as much as we want to put this documentary on. Dr. Abe,
we can never have too much information. So yes, this is an invitation for community-wide participation.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Dr. Abe does his research. Okay, I'm just making sure you guys know that. So we're gonna have some research on the bill. So Dr. Abe, man, I really, really appreciate you coming by to the Truth with Proof show. You seen me grow up from a young man to an adult, man. I appreciate all the wise wisdom that you have always given me in the hip hop form.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been a pleasure to watch your growth, and it is an honor to be able to team up with you on this project.
Oh, baby. Yeah, Something in the Water coming real soon. Now, we need y'all participation. Coming up next, Jeffery Cheatem coming on here. Now, he done been on here before. Now, he's an actor, author, entrepreneur, Negro. He's all of the above at this point, okay? Coming after this break, he going to come in and tell us what he got going on. He got a nice event for y'all.
COVID-19 hurt my income, my health, and my family. We were about to lose our home when we heard we might be eligible for homeowner assistance funds from the government. We called 1-877-894-HOME, and a housing counselor stepped in, talked to our lender, and saved our home. Federal funding details at washingtonhaf.org. That's washingtonhaf.org.
Will you marry me, baby?
Yeah.
Let me put this on you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trey Holiday. We're bringing back Black Love When We Met. That's right. We need something to warm all of our hearts and to elevate love once again in our communities. We want y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/Black Love so y'all can nominate your favorite couple for the next rendition of this show with me as the host. Let me sit down and have them on my couch and share how their love can inspire us all. Make sure y'all go and get your nominations in today and be on the lookout for Black Love When We Met coming at you on Converge Media very soon.
A world of wonder awaits at Pacific Northwest Ballet's The Nutcracker. Treat your loved ones to the Northwest's favorite holiday tradition at Seattle Center's McCall Hall. Tickets start at $27. Visit pnb.org.
Oops. What's going on, everybody? It's the Truth with Proof Show, and I'm your host, your main man, Proof of the Play. Jeffrey Cheatem is here, and you know he got a lot of things going on. What's going on, family?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Man, you know I'm always, impromptu like I normally do.
Nah,
How you feeling, family?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on here again, man.
I appreciate
it.
you.
Thank
Always
Thank you.
come through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always got something cooking with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's always about uplifting us and then, showing our creativity, which is always great.
Yeah, just trying to, man. We got a lot of talent up here, just like what y'all was talking about earlier. We got a lot of talent on all spectrums, man. So I'm just trying to just do my part,
Well, you damn sure doing your part now. You know. I'm glad you came on the Thanksgiving little week, because everybody's trying to prepare for this turkey and ham, and I'm not gonna say chitlins because hopefully everybody got a new diet this year.
Something different.
You don't want to. If you smell something stinking, it's me, but I don't want it to be this chitlins. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That's a good warning. That's a good warning. Right.
Hey, listen. So I know you got something going on and brewing right now. I don't know if it's a new movie or you got a new event going on, but I need to know what you got going on, sir.
So on December 3rd, I am putting together the first Black and Brown Children's Book Day at Town Hall, Seattle. So I was able to find
at the Town Hall,
Seattle. Yeah. So shout out to Town Hall, Seattle for giving us the space to allow Black and Brown children's book authors to share their work for the community. December 3rd from 12 to 3 p.m. We have 18 children's book authors that's going to be there. 18 Black and Brown children's book authors going to be there. And hopefully families get to meet their new children's book authors that day. And we're excited to have it. We got the authors. We got Double Dutch Divas going to be there doing their thing.
Oh, you got the Double Dutch Divas? Okay.
They're going to be there doing their thing.
They know about proof, okay? Yeah, I double Dutch with my camera all the time. Right. They know about that. Yeah, they did have somebody else try to do the double Dutch as to taking the picture.
Nah,
they're trying to replace it.
I
got to trademark my joint. I got to trademark it now.
Yeah,
be like that. But Double Dutch Divas, they always double Dutching somewhere around here.
Always, everywhere. Shout out to them. We also got Carrie Lynn from Ken Ink Painting, so you get your face painted and all that stuff too. So we're making a good family event, man.
Man, great family event, but more importantly, these children first can see that Black and Brown people do write books, and then they can have their favorite authors, and maybe we can get a new author out of that.
Exactly. You got a sister flying in from Texas. Shambrikia Y, she's flying in from Texas to showcase her
Texas?
From Texas. She's flying in from Texas.
Well, you got connections, huh?
Man.
You got a little connections.
Man, just trying to do. I also got like a kid. I don't want to age her, but she's between 8 to 11 years old. Her name is Sanaya Vanoth. She has a children's book, and she's going to be there. So kids can actually meet somebody their age that's actually doing it. So hopefully they get inspired to write their own children's book and publish it. We got Tyra Majors from Como News 4 is going to be there. We got Joe Brooks. We got Rosa Booker. We got a talented amount, man, from all different backgrounds and cultures.
What made you want to highlight the authors and the writers of our town?
Me, I got started writing children's books in 2014. I went to a bookstore in Tequila because my daughter wanted a dinosaur book. And when I looked in the bookshelves, I didn't see anybody look like my kid. So I was afraid of her not connecting with the characters she's reading. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll start writing books myself, children's books for her. And I had to learn it, DIY, doing the Google research, doing the YouTube research. And then once I learned and I wrote my book, shared it with the community, and I started getting the community feedback. Oh man, we need more books like this because my daughter, my son, my daughter. I was like, oh shoot. I didn't realize how big of a deal that was back then of having representation. So that's why, like, sidebar, it's blowing my mind out how representation is such a thing now. Because literally 10 years ago, we wasn't talking about representation or diversity.
Absolutely
in literature
not.
As heavy as we are now. So
especially in literature, you're right.
Literature, yeah. So that's my beginnings as a children's book author. So the fact that I'm able to bring an event of children's books to the community, it's like going back home. Now I'm able to, I created a platform. So now people have a desire to meet children's book authors in their community that look just like them. So this is a passion project of mine, for real.
Passion project. I like that. When you using your passion with your purpose, man, it always works out in a great way. You know, I really appreciate you always going after it. You are a writer's hustler. You know what I'm saying? A real entrepreneur's hustler. You know what I mean?
Appreciate
I
that.
think it's something that, and you're always trying to impact us and make sure we better a different version of ourselves. Like, you know, we don't all have to be in the same boat. We don't all have to be one thing or another. You show us that we can do other things. We can be alternative and still be proud of who we are.
Exactly, because because I believe we're so talented, man. And to me, media, society always shows us you got to be like that, or you got to go this way. You got no, I could be everything I want to be. And the fact that every time I talk to somebody, they always tell stories. So we all have stories to tell. And I just feel like it's up to us as a community to leave stories behind for the young generation to read, to watch, so that way they know, okay, I could follow that path and I could be bigger than what people are telling me that I can be. And the best way to do that is with a book in your hand, because you could always have that with you. You could books can last 30, 40, 50 years. And it's a time capsule. So if you're able to create a time capsule for your community, you always will set your community straight and let it so they go down the right way.
Man, you know what, man? December
3rd.
From 11 to 3?
12 to 3.
12 to 3.
12 to 3.
From 12 to 3, December 3rd. He got the City Hall. He got the Seattle Town Hall out here.
And before that, I'm doing a Q&A with Jessica Bagley. She's an award-winning children's book author. We're going to talk about children's book publishing on December 2nd at 6 p.m. at Town Hall as well.
Oh, so you got a whole smorgasbord of stuff going on in here.
Yeah, so I want to make
sure I told
sure
you about this entrepreneur. See, I told you. Listen, so first, if anybody is interested in actually publishing a children's book,
yeah, come to Town Hall Seattle December 2nd at 6 p.m. I'm going to have a sit-down conversation with Jessica Bagley. She's an award-winning children's book illustrator and author. We're going to talk about children's book publishing, her career, my career, and you'll have a Q&A, and she's going to have her books for sale too, so you could get books from her on that day. And then December 3rd is the children's book day where you meet the 18 authors that will be there.
Oh man, you got a whole thing going on. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for
making sure authors is out there.
Yeah.
And furthermore, authors that look like me. So maybe I can get inspired to read a lot more, or other people can get inspired to read a lot more.
Or you to write your book. We need that proof book.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
What happened was, right?
Come on, man.
I need on the 5th and then the 15th, I can roll some tape around. Maybe I do an autobiography movie or something.
Okay.
Maybe you can help me with the script.
I got you with the script, man. Right.
I want to say, see, teamwork make the dream work. Okay. I always say that.
Yeah.
Teamwork, and Dr.Abe is over there.
Yeah.
And I got to do that first.
Okay.
So
you got to schedule. Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to throw that in your plate.
I got to prioritize.
My bad.
I ain't did enough yet. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
To be having no autobiography. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make sure I get this something in the water, because I think that's something for the whole
fantastic
city.
I can't wait
for the whole area.
Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to do that.
You gonna help us out too? Yep. Teamwork makes the dream work. I want to first thank you again for coming on to the show. I want to thank all my guests, Anaya Brown and Elijah Wan, on Thanksgiving. Make sure y'all be there, because we gave y'all the fly. Don't act like y'all don't, and don't come in there acting like you don't want nothing to eat. Okay, you gonna eat some turkey, some giblet gravy. You gonna have some of that. Okay, you gonna have some of this cornbread stuffing, because I ain't got no stovetop. Okay, ain't no stovetop at Elijah Wan's dinner at Thanksgiving Day. Ain't no stovetop. Okay, just making sure you know that off the rip shot. Okay, now Dr. Abe, I appreciate you coming on, and we gonna get this thing rolling. Okay, because if I don't, he's taller than me. He gonna block all my shots. I can't have that. Okay, so all of you guys that want to be a part of something in the water basketball documentary, make sure you email us. Make sure you contact Mr. Dr. Abe or me, myself. We want as many people as possible to be involved in this and have a say, because everybody say they want to say. But now we got the camera and the lights. What you gonna say now? Okay, now, big shout out to Jeffery Cheatem. I really admire this man. for him going out and actually doing it. Most people are always playing, and most people that say they planning normally just dreaming and daydreaming, and you actually are doing it, my friend. From
Appreciate
acting to being an author, and now to running events for authors. That's some real strong.
Appreciate
things.
it. And if you want to check out what we're doing, just visit our website, which is subseattle.com. All the information for the events are on that website, subseattle.com. So
let me tell you, the boy got a website in here. He got a website. Lean back on that on the website. Okay? I want to give a big shout out to him. He's showing us how to do it. Okay? He's getting everything accomplished. He's getting websites. He's putting all his events on there. Pretty soon he's going to have his catalog of books that he has for sale on. Okay, yeah.
So my books are on jeffcheatem2.com. So jeffcheatem2.com. That's where all my books are at.
Okay, well, all your books are Jeff Cheatem two.
Yeah. So
okay, but this one right here, this is for all the events.
All the events is SUBE
well, you
Seattle.
got 2 and 3 websites, man. You went from okay.
Entrepreneur.
Okay, that's good. Listen, I want to give a big shout out to you for just being who you are and being an inspiration to the community. I appreciate that. I appreciate Cuddy. You know what time it is with us, man. We're going to the top, baby. Went step by step, day by day. We having some fun with it, though. You hear me? And for all of you guys that tune in, I really appreciate all you guys tuning in. Make sure you keep commenting, and share. This is the Truth with Proof show, as I always do at this time of the show. We all we got, but damn it, that's all we need. Till next time, next Tuesday, 8:30. Peace.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.